let's go ahead and get into Game 3. Game 3 is Monday night, Halloween. I think that's super cool. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why I like sporting events on Halloween. I think it's fun. I've always wanted to go to one, but I haven't had a chance to. Maybe one of these days I'll go to like an NBA game or something here in town on Halloween. But anyway, before we get into that, let's do this real quick, Brig. If you have not jumped onto schnookseatery.com yet, head over to schnookseatery.com and get the best seeds ever. You can use code BTPOD to save 10%. Help the show, help yourself, help Schnook's Eatery. We love them. We think you will too. That's why we have the logo there in the middle of our screen. Okay, let's get into Game 3. We have an interesting pitching matchup. Okay, Lance McCullers is going for Houston. Lance McCullers has had a great season. Just been awesome. He's been really well this postseason. He's done really well this postseason. He went against the Mariners in Game 3 in that marathon game that ended up being 2. He pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 hits, was all walked 2, struck out 7. It was a big part of the reason that game went as long as it did, because he was not given an inch to that Seattle offense. And then against the Yankees, he went in, let's see, what was this? It was Game 4, the final game of that series. He went 5 innings, gave up 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 of those earned, walked just 1, and struck out 6. He hit 1 batter. So not as strong of an outing. I think he probably gave Yankees fans a little bit of hope there, Brig.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what he does in Philly, because he was on the road with his other 2 starts. So I don't know which McCullers are we going to get? The one who dominated the Mariners all year and then continued to shut them down in the postseason, or the one who gave an inch to the Yankees?
Yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting. He's only pitched 47 and 2/3 innings all season long.
Yeah, he was injured for a while.
Yeah. So, but we've seen that can be really beneficial for a guy in this late in the season, coming in and warming into his stride this late. So I think that's really interesting. He has an earned run average of 2.27 throughout those 8 games that he's played in this season, and that's pretty good. Small sample size.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Lance McCullers honestly is a really good pitcher. I would be as a Phillies fan, I would be nervous for him, especially going up against Noah Syndergaard, who is kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum these days.
Pretty shaky. I was really surprised that they named him the starter.
I am too, and this is why. So he finished the game, Game 2 against the Braves. He just went 1 inning, allowed 1 walk, struck out 1, and it was a loss, 3-0. So he didn't. I guess he didn't really. He did his job by going out there and not giving up runs, right? Mm-hmm. But it was only 1 inning, and then he did play he pitched in Game 4 of that same series. He went 3 innings, gave up 1 run on 1 hit. It was a home run, but he did strike out 3. So he showed there that he could give a few innings to you.
Yeah.
If you need him. He started that one, and then he came in and got a hold against the Padres. He went 1 1/3 and just allowed 2 hits. Nobody scored, didn't strike anybody out. Not flashy anything, but he got the job done. So I think that their plan here has to be to give him a quick hook, right?
This is going to be an opener. Yeah.
I think you're right. I think
that's how I feel.
An opener, which is weird to do in the World Series.
Yeah, I agree. So I was looking at his regular season numbers, similar to McCullers. He's had 10 games. He's only pitched 54 and 2/3 innings all season. Yeah. That's a very similar situation. The problem is his ERA throughout the season is 4.12.
Right.
So that's getting close to double what it is at Lance McCullers' level. And that's bad news bears all the way around. So
I think that's the technical term.
It is. In the baseball world, it is. Walter Matthau taught me that. The thing I want to know from you, Brad, is not Billy Bob Thornton, you youngins. Anyway, get off my lawn. Okay, so I want to know from you, Brad, how many innings are we going to get out of Noah Syndergaard?
Honestly, I could see. I think they'll be asking him to go 3.
Right, but what are we going to? I
But
think they're going to ask him to go 3. But what are we going to get?
I think we get 2 1/3 out of Noah Syndergaard. So he's going to give up a couple hits in the beginning of the game, that first inning, right?
Yeah.
And they may not score. The Astros might not bring anybody around. But I think when you get toward the middle of the lineup, there's going to be some information shared, like guys do, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
what's his
of course.
curveball look like up there? What's his fastball doing today? You know, stuff like that is going to work its way down the bench. That second inning, guys are going to come in and they're going to know what to do with it. I think he gives up 3 runs and they pull him just to stop the bleeding. But the Phillies bullpen has been money. Absolute money.
Right.
They haven't given up a run.
Got to get him as close as possible to letting those guys really take over. And the encouraging thing for Phillies fans will be the fact that their defense has been just stellar the last couple of games. Like, it truly has been very impressive.